Yeah, man. You know, the truth is, like I said, man, we're all pawns. We're all pawns. You know, only the 500 something people, that electoral college, the ones that sway the votes of a billion, the rest of us are pawns for those 535. And this is a fact. This is a fact. The fact is, after every year, fiscal year, however they say it, after every year, there are hundreds and hundreds of millions and billions type shit that is just sitting up, that is supposed to go to the people and supposed to be allocated, whether in programs or, you know, community missions and in community investments and things like that. You know, these billions of dollars sitting up every year, and either they burn it, or somehow, you know, they find out they pocketed shit, probably just pocketed. You know, a lot of times they burn it though. And this is because they don't want to give us that money back, white, black, Mexican, whomever. They don't want to give us that money back in these programs, because that would make us self-sufficient and we wouldn't have to work for their corporations necessarily. And a lot of people will be quitting their jobs because they'll be so much more into community ventures. You understand? This whole shit, this whole thing has been, the system of capitalism has been at the expense of all of our minds, at the expense of suspending thought and intelligence, period. You know, just based on the statistics of school and all of this stuff, man. You know, and that's why I say, man, we're all pawns to that extent, that, you know, they'll never do right with our tax money. There's so much money that's owed to us, and that's why it's important to understand why Abraham Lincoln and JFK were assassinated, because they were trying to print America's money. You know, America doesn't print its own money, whether you know it or not. We don't print our own money. So, you know, the fact that we don't print our own money means that we're not getting the proper due of taxes back on the dollars that we spend and invest, because every dollar we spend is still an investment. Every dollar. You know, and just based on the concept of taxes, if we just kept our eye on the tax money, on every purchase and everything, you know, we could have our communities built without spending a dollar. That's the game. That's the game. But since we're not keeping our eye on all of those things, like I say, the billions sitting up at the end of the year that we're not demanding, you know, that would make us independent and self-sufficient as an individual and a family, as opposed to having to get up every day and work a 9 to 5 and build another man's dream. You know what I'm saying? America is supposed to be a way more freer enterprise with a greater vast source of opportunity for all people, you know, because in a system like that, where, you know, we all are given our proper due of taxes and shit like that, man, ain't no telling how we'll be working together. Ain't no telling how tight it'll be. You know, the real world would be we'll enjoy the internet way more, because the real world will be working in the way that it's supposed to be. You know, will be in unison, in harmony, you know, as far as economics and you know, social movements. So that's my final thought, man. That's my final thought on the Obama effect. And the last thing I wanted to say is, you know, Bush fucked up shit so bad with his administration, 9/11, you know, and the simple fact that in war, do you know how much money we spend in war? The money that we spend in war, the nation could make itself independent. The people of the nation could be independent. Just like I was saying, billions of dollars sitting up every year, you know. And in war, we spend up trillions and trillions, and we make this war because, like I was explaining in one of my earlier videos, that's the reason that they have to have a war every 20-30 years, because with the military, you just have people sitting around getting paid good money. you know. And if they're not in someone else's business, or in, you know, starting a war, or in a war, in an actual war, then you're just paying them for nothing, you know. And that's why it's important that they really start pushing for the military to be on some real college, some real college learning and, you know, humanitarian work. They should really start pushing the military to be greatly about humanitarian work and stuff like that. Because when you understand that pawn game, like I was saying, when you understand that pawn game of the military, and how they use those brothers and sisters, you know, it's some of the worst. It's some of the worst. That's right. But yeah, man, the Obama effect, all of that, you know, and it Bush messed it up so bad to the point that Obama only has 8 years, right? You know, 2 terms, 8 years or whatever. But really, truly, he was gonna need double, at least double, almost at least double, because in order for him to clean up the shit Bush does, he was gonna need this 8 years. You know what I'm saying? He's basically just been cleaning up everything from the Bush administration, basically, and being a scapegoat for white supremacy. And so therefore, it would take him, he would need at least double in 16 years, 16 years to really, you know, for us to really see the change that he wanted to really truly make, or whatever agendas he would want to have pushed himself. But we know that that's, you know, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough for cats, especially when they got a electoral college pressure in their ass, a whole electoral college of corporations and other motherfuckers, you know. Brothers and sisters, man, like I say, just do the research. Do the research. And holla at me, man. Peace and blessings. It's my final thought on the Obama effect. Peace. And it is, hold on, it is June the 2nd. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. July the 2nd, 2015. It's important to say dates, you know. So, peace.